The May 8th patch for Modern Warfare 3 is out, and I have all the working glitches for you guys, as well as a schematic giveaway for all of my subscribers. So subscribe, like, and comment down below what your preferred weapon is in any game mode to enter. Now this video includes a ton, including my full guide on the new Dark Aether and how to do the Tombstone glitch through it, the original Tombstone duplication glitch for the overworld, unlimited essence, duplicating insured weapons, insta-kill weapons, an update on the acquisition stash glitch, Easter egg bypass glitch, Exfil boosting, XP boosting, and much more. So make sure that you subscribe to keep up with all the latest and greatest glitches. Thank you guys so much to all my current subscribers. We're coming up on 19,000. I could not do it without you. And last but not least, if you're new here, make sure you check out the video chapters below to skip over the glitches that you're not interested in and watch the ones that you are. And with all of that said, guys, thank you so much and enjoy. So first of all, if you want the zombie blueprint and the schematics in one run, make sure that you have 4 to 6 people. You're going to use an Elder Sigil. My friend Mebs and I found randoms first try. They weren't exactly all competent, but the more guns, the better. So speaking of guns, let's go over inventory. So I highly suggest that you have a bunch of Casimir grenades and self-revives to fill most of your inventory. Each additional Casimir grenade will make your life much easier. For weapons, one person at least needs a VR11 that has been upgraded. I'd suggest a Scorcher to start missions fast, and everyone should have a normal bullet weapon as well. Now, not listed here is the Brain Rot ammo mod. I highly suggest everyone equip it. You'll see why here in a minute. I also highly suggest using this website, WZ Hub or Warzone Hub. They have interactive maps for each Dark Aether. I'm going to have this one linked in the description down below. I have no affiliation to them whatsoever, just FYI, but it shows you where the contracts are all over the map. Even shows you safe spots, guys, safe spots where you cannot get hit for whatever reason. You're on top of buildings or what have you. So that's a very cool website, very useful if you pull it up while you're doing this. So what you want to do is, once you get into the Dark Aether, make your way over to the first contract. We're going to do the escort contract first, because I have a lot of suggestions here that will save you a ton of time. First of all, one person obviously needs a Scorcher. Fly over to the contract. Now, they're not bunnies anymore. You're going to see them as beams of light, similar to the mystery box in all, zombies maps since the beginning of time. What you want to do is just interact with it, and each one should give you an item that you can then use. I instantaneously picked this one up so you don't see it. The one for the Outlast contract is absolutely the best. We'll go over that in a minute. So once you've activated the contract, make sure you don't get hit by the escort. I almost went down here, I imagine, because I was very close to getting crushed by it. Go ahead and activate the escort contract instantly. Now, at this point, you could throw a sentry gun on it, but what I found is if you have 4 to 6 people and one person has that upgraded VR11, it makes your life so much easier. So watch this real quick. So my friend gets the actual crystal to use it, and what you're going to see here is we're at 60 something percent, 68%, and it goes straight up to 97. Now, if you didn't know, a upgraded VR11 heals vehicles, and that includes escort vehicles. So that is a huge suggestion. In fact, I would say that it's a requirement, because this is the hardest mission that solo wise I failed multiple times. The second thing is, each time that the escort stops, you should be throwing down Casimir grenades. So you saw it in that first clip, and you should see it in this clip as well. What happens is essentially all of these zombies actually get pulled into it and can't attack it. So you can actually see it here in action on the last one. The last stop is the hardest, guys. 100%. You need to be very, very careful and save your Casimir grenades for this point. Now, I highly suggest that you have ones left over. Now, zombies will periodically drop the Casimir grenades, so you need to make sure that you're picking them up and saving them. You need as many Casimir grenades for the actual final boss for the blueprint if you're going for that. Otherwise, don't worry about using them. Just simply waste them on all of these contracts. So you can see I'm already at 8 minutes and 50 seconds. You can check the interactive map for all the contract locations. This one is up north in the dead center. It's very easy to find. This one overall was the easiest contract that we did. I highly suggest that if you have a team of 4 to 6 players, that you just make sure that you're shooting whatever head is lit up. That will speed up the time. But this contract took us about 60 seconds total, and we weren't even focused on the head. So it's very, very easy to do. Just so you know, that actually skips over some health. You can see the right one there was lit up there, but we just melted through the boss because, again, Pack-a-Punch level 3 weapons makes it super, super easy. So as you can see here, I got a little bit unlucky. I didn't get a schematic that time either. However, all of my teammates were getting the schematics. I already have them, unlocked. So I was really just here to, actually help out my teammates, but it doesn't really matter. So with the Outlast contract, which is going to be actually north of the escort contract. It's on the right side of the map, so it's on the eastern part of the map all the way to the right. All right, so this one is super easy to find. It's by the water tower, and you want to make sure that you pick up the item for this. Now the severed foot that you pick up any zombies that you shoot, it seems, will slow down and kind of have that frostbite effect. So you'll notice it with a lot of these zombies while we're fighting them. It makes it super easy, but all you want to do is just run around, fire off your Scorcher at full blast in the most open area possible in the center, and what that's going to do is just melt zombies while you run around and avoid them. But again, Casimir grenades, you saw me throw one down, it made my life so much easier. So once you're done with all 3 contracts, make your way over to the center island. This is going to be the portion of the video where I show you how to unlock the blueprint. It's pretty simple, but it's very important that you do this boss fight in a particular manner, and it will make your life so much easier. First of all, don't use a Scorcher for eggs. I don't know I mean, I might as well be a beginner player. I don't know what I was thinking. So I pull out my bullet gun, obviously shoot them with my akimbos, and make sure that your teammates actually follow you, because as that timer runs out on the left, the circle closes on you. It's not like the normal map where it starts to close into the center or wherever it closes right into the last bit for the red worm. This one follows you, so your teammates need to actually follow you. So going back, you can check that map that I showed you or click it in the description down below. There's 4 eggs that you need to essentially destroy. 3 of them are small and then 1 is large. So there was one on the end of the island, one on the other end, one north, right, you know, north of this one, and then there's the main one. Now as soon as you destroy this big one, the boss will spawn. Now here's how it works. All right, so you remember Union, right? The new season 3 reloaded mission. If you haven't played it, all right, make sure that you take note of this. So as that health bar is gray at the top, you cannot damage the boss, and the reason for that is you have to kill these ads or these secondary enemies. All right, the ones with the white skulls. Make sure that you are absolutely paying attention to them. You can see them without looking at them. That's how you know which one to kill. So you can see, you know, you have your normal red skull ones, but then you also have these ones where they have these white skulls above their head. So make sure that you destroy them before you start attacking the boss. Also avoid the boss. Don't get too close, because you can see his health is just running up because I'm just feeding him. All right, so I'm not helping my teammates at all. I'm literally killing time, and at this point we have 2 minutes before the storm is closed. All right, keep in mind that timer on the left is how long it's going to take until you are just forever in the storm. So unless you have, you know, a mask and you're right next to an ammo cache or something like that, you are absolutely screwed. All right, so hurry up. So what you want to do is essentially, with all of those saved Casimir grenades, start to periodically throw them down, kill the ads, and then shoot the boss. That's the order. Oh, that's the 3 steps that you need to remember, all right, to actually win this boss fight. And what you're going to notice here is we absolutely melt him. I think this was a bit of the VR11, as well as people shooting his head directly. So make sure that you were shooting criticals on him. I was not that useful here, but as you can see, you have 4 opportunities to actually get the schematics. Now at this point, once you have killed the boss, go to Exfil. At this point, you have the blueprint unlocked. I did not get the pop-up, so even if you don't get the pop-up, make sure that you go out and actually check for the item. So make sure, again, you can see how small this circle is. If all of your teammates start running away from you, you are going to get eaten by the storm, right? It follows your team, so make sure that everyone sticks together. Make your way over to the exit, and then also make sure that you give up whatever schematics that you don't need. If you've gone through this once and you have something, be nice to people, all right? Even if you're playing with randoms, because as soon as you exit this right here, you will not keep the schematics. So just keep that in mind and make sure that you're doing this correctly and helping out others, right? Because that's the way that you should play. So anyway, so once you're actually done with this, as you can see, I'm containment level 46, absolutely baller rank. I'm so happy right now. Like, it makes life so much easier. But you're actually going to unlock that stuff, and you want to go out into the menu and search under assault rifles. You're going to find the Ram 7. This is where your blueprint is located. You can obviously equip this and open gunsmith down there at the bottom, and then you can modify this gun to actually be what you want it to be. But it's a really cool animated skin, yet another exclusive skin that you can only get through an actual difficult task. I love these guys. You don't have to pay for them. Everyone is just so enthralled with these paid skins, right? And this one you get for absolutely free. You just need to make sure that you bring some people along with you to make your life a lot easier and knock these tasks out. So if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more. I'd appreciate your support, and I will catch you in the next video. What's going on, guys? Wesley here, and today I'm going to be showing you not only how to get the new schematics for Season 3 Reloaded, but also how you can keep your tombstone in the main map when you return, making it so that you only risk your sigil when attempting runs. Now, as a token of love for all the support that I've gotten recently, as well as the fact my birthday is this weekend, I wanted to show some love to you guys by giving away all 3 schematics to at least 10 subscribers. I may do more, but it does take some time, guys. So make sure that you comment down below your preferred weapon in zombies. I will tag you guys next week in the comments who has one, so make sure you turn on your notifications. Now, if it could take like 10 seconds of your time, I just want to quickly show some gratitude to all my subscribers, as well as a couple of people. Without them, my videos would not have came out so fast and into today while recording this video. Drop It Like It's Hot and his son Confused Toast. They're the first people who found me in game, just happened to come across me in this group of friends, and they said that they were already subscribers to me. So that made me feel really, really good. And my birthday's this weekend, so I'm just really happy about that. As well as Smash and Grab, Mama Zombie, Mrs. Squanch. Shout out to all of you for helping me set up my tombstone and really just making it so easy for me to do these things. So again, guys, I'm going to show you exactly how you can get these schematics out of the game and share them with your friends, as well as just simply how you can save your tombstone while going through the dark ether. So let's get right into this glitch, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can do it. Now, you can do this solo, but I'm going to show you in a minute how damn hard this new dark ether zombies is. Now, I can't stress it to you enough. You need to go in fully decked out. So what I mean by that is pack-a-punch level 3 weapons. I highly suggest that you're going to be doing this in a group. I'm just going to presume that right now, because you'll see the video clips of me in a second going in solo. It is absolutely breathtaking how hard this thing is by yourself. So anyway, so I highly suggest that at least one person has a VR11 upgraded, because you'll see later you can actually heal the escort when you're in that mission. All right, so that's going to be one of the missions that you need to do in this dark ether. We'll go over where they are and what you need to do for them, but this video is all about the new dark ether and how you can do the tombstone duplication glitch through it with yourself or with your team. So what we're going to be using is a portal that is on the other side of tier 3. It's in the left courtyard. So what you may have noticed is in the past on the dark ether that's on the hill, right, you used to be able to hold the use button and fire your scorcher up in the air so that you could fly pretty quickly over to the portal. Now, most people kind of gave up on this one because it's even further. This one's a little bit closer, so it's definitely possible. But what I found is, instead of doing what you used to do in the past, you have to hold it down, and then right before you finish, really halfway through, start charging your scorcher. Then as soon as you finish, look away and fire your scorcher twice, and obviously fly through the air pretty quickly. If you need to know how to do this, just simply watch me fly through the air to do it as quickly as possible. So you want to fly really low and find your way over to the portal. It is very, very quick. As you can see, I got here with 12 seconds left. That is 1000% doable. It really all depends on when you get to that portal. All right, so you can do dry runs here. You don't have to waste your sigil. You can activate it and then not accept the contract. So what you can do here is essentially activate it and then fly your way over to the portal. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can do this. I'm going to show you how you can do it where only you keep an extra tombstone. Again, you're just duplicating your items here. So if you don't care about this, then this video isn't for you. But what I'm saying is, you essentially will only be spending an elder sigil when you go in. You will keep every single other thing, and you don't have to waste your time. So when you go through, you can see the portal code on the screen. Now, this is the one that I prefer to use. You will fly to the edge of the map, accept it, and then enter at 6 seconds. So you may have noticed I entered at 7 seconds. We will go over that in a minute. So to physically actually do the glitch, in case you don't know what the tombstone glitch is, I'm going to take 15 seconds, guys, just to explain it to the people who have not done this before or forgot. When you get through the portal, you're going to run out of the edge of the map at 6 seconds. So you just need your team to accept the contract whenever you go through the portal. It'll take a little bit of coordinating, but it is very easy. You will get the eliminated symbol before you get the dark ether zombies loading symbol. Just like this screen just showed, you should see that. Now, you may notice I have entered at 7 seconds. We will go over that in a minute, because you need to enter at 6 seconds, and you'll see why in a minute. But if one person has all of the important spare items, right, they will both take it into the dark ether, and if you survive, extract with it, as well as have an existing tombstone on the map being placed. As soon as you see that eliminated symbol and then dark ether load right here, you know that you have set your tombstone successfully. So long story short, one player should just hold all of the spare items and do this. You could also do it with all 4 people. I'm guessing if you threw your extra teammates on the edge of the map and had them wait and walk out at 6 seconds, you can coordinate that and let me know if that works. But I would highly suggest just giving all the rare extra items to one single player, so that they can then save your extra items and make sure that when you come back into the game, they have 4 scorchers for everyone, you know, they have extra dog bones, etc, etc. And also keep in mind, if you're doing the unlimited essence glitch, when you extract now, you save 70 hours of cooldown. I am not kidding. If you have max essence on you, or you get it from someone and you extract successfully, like at the end of Dark Aether here, which I will show you in a second, you will literally save 70 hours. So let's get into how you get through this and get out. All right, so here we are in the Dark Aether, and you may have noticed before, like I mentioned, I entered at 7 seconds. That will cause you to lose your weapons. Yes, I am not joking. This has happened to me in the last Dark Aether, and it happened to me in this Dark Aether. Now, when you enter at 6 seconds, when you do this glitch, it should keep your weapons, but if it doesn't, just forewarning you guys, glitches don't always work as intended. Sometimes people are like, hey, I lost my weapons with this, and if I don't mention it in the video, then they're like, oh, this is a crappy video or something like that. I'm telling you now, it could happen. Just enter at 6 seconds if you can. If you lose your weapons, just make sure that someone has a backup. If everyone has a large rucksack, right, and you have extra items, then you should be good. But with the new Dark Aether, there is individual areas that you need to go to that have beams of light coming from the ground. You can see them over there, similar to the mystery box in the past. Now, when you activate these pillars, it will activate each individual contract. You need to do these contracts in order to unlock the schematics. Now, full disclosure, as a solo player, this is extremely hard. It's impossible to go through here and survive, in my opinion. Now, personally speaking, if I did the, overpowered weapons glitch, which you can find in the description down below, it's in my all working glitches video, as well as, brought, like, say, I don't know, a ray gun fully upgraded or something like that, or maybe something with a mags of holding like an LMG and it's fully upgraded with the legendary tool and PAP3 crystal, yeah, maybe I could, like, mow down these zombies and be okay. But truth be told, I don't really suggest that you go into it solo. So you just need to locate all 3 of those beams of lights. One is a elimination contract, one is one of those outlast contracts, and another one is the escort contract. So you're going to use your upgraded VR11 to actually heal the escort, which makes it a lot easier. So make sure that you use that. But the portal is located over here in the middle of the island. Again, this is about really the glitch today. So I'm going to make a separate video on the Dark Aether as a guide, but just know this is where the portal is located. So once you've completed all those contracts, full disclosure, there's a bit of RNG with these contracts. So you may not unlock the schematics whenever you do them. Each individual time has a chance to drop schematics per player. Now, if you do the Tombstone duplication glitch, or you have already done it, you'll have your items outside when you come back, making it a lot easier for you to continuously come in and grind. And if you leave an extra one in your Tombstone, for example, you obviously duplicate it and increase the amount of runs that you can do. So I highly suggest that at least one person, maybe you have an alt account or you just have a friend who is not currently going into the Dark Aether with you, have them Tombstone duplication glitch it a bunch, right? So that you have 6 to 8, elder sigils available, so you can keep coming in with your tombstones, not risk anything at all, right? Because you have backups of the elder sigils, you have all of your items when you come in here, and you can come in with your friends and you can grind it out. Even if you do the easiest contract, right? Say that you say the elimination contract, for example, is the easiest one, and you want to just do that one over and over again, like this right here. So if you think that that's the easiest contract, well, with this glitch and with the Tombstone duplication glitch kind of combined, then you don't have to worry about, oh, well, I got to do that damn escort contract again. No, you can do a specific one over and over again. Leave in the game, have your tombstone, repeat the process. Here is the Season 3 Reloaded Tombstone duplication glitch. This has been tested after the latest patch. Now, with today's video, I'm hoping to answer all of your questions with the Tombstone duplication glitch. I guarantee you guys that if you do exactly what I do, it will work on all platforms every single time, so that you can bring in all of the rare items that you want into the game while keeping your insured weapon, your lethals, your tacticals, and everything else. I will be showing you the 3 most popular routes to do the Tombstone duplication glitch. Now, people are very opinionated about these routes. It's actually kind of funny. I'm going to be showing you guys the actual data on it, because what would a video of mine be without all the most up-to-date information that I can find right this second? So if there's any other updates, I will put out another video, but just know this is the most efficient way to do the Tombstone duplication glitch, and it works every single time. I'm also curious, where are your stash limits at? Mine's at 70. I was at 99 by the last video. It's been less than a week and I've already minus 20, so I'm going to run out very soon. I'm curious where yours are at below, but let's get into the video. So the first thing that you want to do is obviously break down your existing tombstone. That's not a requirement, but I always say it is, because I want you to grab all of the rarest items and set up your rucksack to the best of your abilities. So once you have all the items that you want to duplicate, you're going to want to make sure that you have either 3000 essence or 1000 essence, as well as Tombstone soda. So I already had a Tombstone soda can. You always want to make sure that you have it in your large rucksack. That will save you 2000 essence every single game, so make sure you do that. Also, just a footnote, if this is your first time doing the Tombstone glitch or you don't currently have one, put the Tombstone soda in your large rucksack and then go do a mission and purchase Tombstone before you actually do the glitch, right? That way when you extract, you'll extract with that duplicated one and then you'll have a backup each time. That's why I had a Tombstone soda as well as an extra one left over at the start of this game. So let's get into the 3 methods or paths that you can actually do this glitch with, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that most efficient. So the first method I'm going to be showing you guys is very simple to do. You only have to do a couple of mantles. However, it is very close to the edge of the map and it's very easy for newcomers or just simply people who just want to chill and play the game very easily. So number 23 here is the one that we will be using. You can review the code and pause the video if you need to, but it's located in the southeast corner of the map. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase this portal and just simply walk through it to do a demonstration for you guys. When you come through this portal, you will run for the edge of the map. You are aiming for the out of bounds line and you want to go there as fast as possible. Now, I actually analyzed the distance between the spot and the edge, and so you can see here it's about 70 meters to the edge. So we're going to compare all of these real quick and it'll only take a couple of minutes to actually do so. But if you actually exit over to the left here, I would say it's more about 66, because as long as you're not impeded, right, I could run straight into that marker and I would actually be able to do so, right? Obviously mantling some stuff in the meantime. But the second method I'm going to be showing you guys is my personal favorite. So number 24 here, actually right north of that location, is what I like to use and what a lot of people like to use. But the third method, in my opinion, is the most popular, but this is my personal favorite. So let's actually enter that code now. So once I've entered that code, I'm obviously going to go through the portal. I'm going to purchase it. And so here's why it's my favorite method. So first of all, you spawn at the top of a water tower. Now it's important to remember that you need to have quick reflexes for this one, in my opinion, for it to actually be worth the time. But sometimes also below, just as a heads up, you can get a mercenary camp literally on top of this thing. Like they're all on the ground around you. So what you want to do in this method is you turn right immediately, pull your parachute as soon as you can, and hold forward so that you fly towards the edge of the map. And you actually get there much quicker, because if you think about it, if I'm walking to the edge of a map versus flying with your parachute is obviously faster. So here I am using this for the dark ether duplication glitch, which you can find in the description down below. You can see I do get a mercenary camp here, but I'm able to fly to the edge of the map before they even notice me, and then I just simply run out of bounds, right? So let's go over the third method and see how that compares. So this is the most popular method. It is number 19 here and is located on the southwest corner of the map. It is right by the water. This is a beach location, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and enter this code now, and let's check out how good it really is. So once you made it through on this one, you want to turn right and sprint straight. That's it. This is one of the simplest methods, and it's the most popular for a reason. It is very, very direct and very easy to do. You'll notice it's 70 meters away, but that first method that I showed you had 2 mantles. Now, I haven't really obviously tested timing and stuff. I didn't take out a stopwatch or anything like that as far as the method 1 versus this method, because remember, they're about the same amount of distance. The other method's actually 4 meters less whenever you account for the shortest distance. But there's 2 mantles, so I haven't actually tested if that's slower than a full sprint with energy, right? So I couldn't tell you for sure, but what I can tell you is that method 3 as well as method 2 are my 2 personal favorites. Now this portion of the video is completely dedicated to doing the Tombstone duplication glitch efficiently. I'm going to show you guys, if you have trouble with timing, make sure that you watch this portion of the video. I'm going to go through all of the steps now so that you don't have any issues, as well as maybe some of you guys who do it well, maybe you'll improve a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and enter number 24, my personal favorite code. You want to turn your back to the portal and purchase as you mantle over. Now on console, again, you're going to have to hold the use button to actually do it. So what I would suggest suggest is that you hold it and then mantle. So follow the path that I do. This is my personal favorite path. You can also go up the stairs, it's slightly faster, but before you touch the bad signal portal here where that timer shows up on the left, you don't actually have that much about timing to worry about. A lot of people don't have issues with that. The portal will stay open for almost an entire minute, but once you go ahead and activate the dark ether rift, I completely messed up here. Just as an example of how late that you can be, watch how the portal stays open for me. So what you want to do is follow the path that I did back and make sure you climb up the stairs, cut over just like this. That'll save you about half a second and run through the portal. Now this is my personal favorite spot. Again, jump off, use your parachute, make your way to the edge of the map. Now on PC you can accept at 1 second, but on console, again, you're gonna have to hold the button, so be careful whenever you're doing that. I would suggest accepting the vote on console whenever you switch from 2 to 1. Now comes for the most important part. So this is going to be how you keep your insured weapon. So what you're going to want to do is you want to enter exactly at 6 seconds. I suggest getting all the way to the edge right before it triggers and then sprinting in whenever it hits 7. You can see here, it takes me about a full second to get to the edge. It immediately turns to 6, and at that point you are good from that timing perspective. The last step to this glitch is very easy, but there is a specific place I want you to quit on all platforms. It is very simple. So you're going to see eliminated. A lot of people on console quit then. I don't suggest that. I suggest that you quit as soon as this dark ether zombies symbol shows up at the top left. That is your signal. You can wait a full second in between actually quitting versus, you know, doing it immediately when you see it. It doesn't matter. That portion of the timing is not hard to hit. The 6 seconds is the most important portion, okay? So remember that if you are watching this video, hit the 6 seconds. Now, if you hit 5 or 7, you'll still get your items, but sometimes you will lose your weapons. It all depends. Remember how long a second actually is, guys. And when you're getting down to 1 second versus another being too long or too short, just keep in mind, yes, if you miss this by half a second or a full second or whatever, if you see 5, 4, 3, 2, whatever, you may actually lose your weapon. But you shouldn't lose any of your items as long as you see the eliminated symbol. Now, depending if you're on console or a PC, you just need to force quit the game. You can look that up on your respective consoles. On PC, it's obviously just Alt F4. But when you come back in, you're going to have your insured weapon, your lethal, your tacticals, your field upgrade, as well as all of the items that you intended to originally duplicate. So that's pretty much it, guys. Now, when you go back into the game, just remember your tombstone will be at the graveyard, and you can repeat this over and over again, share items with your friends, and enjoy. If you have any questions, leave them down below. But thank you. Season 3 Reloaded is here, and this is how you do the unlimited essence glitch after patch. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can get unlimited essence from scratch, and it takes you no time at all. Make sure you follow my steps carefully to get this done as fast as possible. Now, this updated video will be included in my next glitch compilation. So make sure that you're subscribed and turn on notifications to keep up with all the latest and greatest glitches. Now, previously there was an extremely OP aftermarket attachment called the Jack Purifier. Man, I missed this thing already. This thing was a killer and killed mega abominations in seconds. Unfortunately, like all OP items, they nerfed it as a part of the release of Season 3. Luckily for you, no matter what the best method is, I will look into it for you guys. So let's get right into the fastest way possible to get unlimited essence. So if you're not already doing the tombstone duplication glitch, you need to be doing that each and every single game. But the glitch that we're going to be doing today requires multiple players. In fact, it's actually better. The more players that you have on your team, the more it actually multiplies your winnings. So if you have 3 players on your team, it's going to go 3 times as fast. So without further ado, let's get into the steps of this glitch. I'm going to make this video very, very quick so that you guys can get the updated information and be on your way. So first of all, if your teammates have a tombstone on the map, make sure that everyone destroys it. Now, like I mentioned before, we had the Jack Purifier, but we no longer have it. So we're going to need to find an alternative method in order to actually gain the essence. And that's where this new method comes into play. Now, I don't want to waste any of your time, so what I'm going to do is explain exactly what's changed first of all at the start of this video. So in my previous video, if you are a subscriber, you'll remember this one. I was canceling contracts in tier 3 in order to generate a bounty contract. If you didn't know, a certain amount of contracts usually show up in each zone. So if you cancel a bunch of them, it will generate them and randomly select one or the other. And usually it was a bounty contract that would show up. I got really lucky with mine at least. But the problem is in tier 3, I tried to do the delivery contracts instead of bounties. Since there's no flamethrower, it's going to be a little bit harder. I found that they don't generate as much as the bounty contracts. It was the weirdest thing in the world. It took me about 20 cancels just to get a single delivery contract after I did my first one. So you may be asking yourself, okay, so what is the best method? I'm going to give it to you right now. It is tier 2 bounty contracts. Now, I'm not lying. Let me explain in the next 30 seconds to a minute, because I know some people will have differing opinions, but I have justifications for my opinion. All right, so first of all, you're going to need an upgraded Scorcher. Now, the reason for this is obvious. You can fast travel. You can see here I am flying around the map. You can get from one edge to the map to the other within 45 seconds. I've already demonstrated that in previous videos. Now, here's the straightforward explanation of why. So tier 2 bounty contracts are relatively easy with upgraded pack-a-punch guns, right? However, you only need a Scorcher for this because an upgraded Scorcher kills the bounties extremely quickly. So literally, you don't have to bring your friends along at all. You can fast travel and you can kill the bounties super quickly. So let's watch how fast I actually kill this. Now, my aim is terrible here, just forewarning you. I don't know how I missed that bad. However, you can see here, within seconds, I've killed the bounty. Now, this is the slowest one that I had, all right? Full disclosure, this is the slowest bounty that I had. However, fast traveling to it saved me a ton of time, and it only took a couple of seconds. And as you can see here, I actually ended up having a bounty contract all the way in the north across the map. But that's not a problem at all, because again, just like I said, you can get from one edge of the map to the other in about 45 seconds. It's extremely easy to actually fast travel if you do it correctly. So make sure you check out that video if you want. It's somewhere on my channel. So what you want to do is just run around and keep killing these bounties. And for each player on your team, it's going to multiply your winnings. So for example, if you have 3 players on your team, you are going to be getting 6,000 essence. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, with a tier 3 contract, I'm getting 15,000 each. And here's the thing, guys. You only need about 30,000 to actually start doing the glitch. Keep in mind, we haven't even started the glitch yet. All you're doing is gaining essence in your first game. So once you get around 30,000, we can actually get into the glitch itself. So let's get into those steps real quick and close this video out. Now, at this point in the video, you need to consolidate all of the items in essence onto a single player. Now, if you have too many items to hold on one player, that is fine. But what you want to do is for each player that does this part of the video, which is the actual glitch, you are going to need them to be holding everything that is valuable to you. So what you want to do is make sure that they have Tombstone and that they have all the items in essence on their player. So let's say that it is 30,000 total between you and all of your teammates. They want to go down with Tombstone and then give up and plead for help. And what's going to happen is it's actually going to take away your Tombstone. It's a little bit weird, but what is happening is you're actually placing a Tombstone onto the ground. So you are still in the game and you still have the ability to be picked up. But here's the simple process here that you need to repeat. You need to equip Tombstone plus all the essence, go down, plead for help, get revived, and then the other players will essentially repeat those steps. Now, the last and final step to die and leave the game, I will show you in a second exactly the order of operations, because you need to be careful here. You can mess this up. If, for example, if you buy Tombstone or drink it after this point, once you've gone down and pled for help, your Tombstone is gone. You do not have it on the ground anymore and you have messed up the glitch. So this is what I'm talking about. If you just simply get down this process and never mess it up, then you will be good. So each one of your players on your team will repeat this process. And what that's going to do is it's going to set a Tombstone with the amount of money that you consolidated onto that player for each individual teammate. So what it's going to do is it's going to turn 30,000 essence into 90,000. Now you may be thinking to yourself, if this is the first time that you've seen this, there's absolutely no way that that's true. That makes no sense. This isn't even a glitch. This is a feature or something like that. If you're going to sit here and tell me that duplicating 30,000 essence into 90,000 essence is a feature, then I'm just going to call you crazy, because that's what you are. But some people get confused on this, and so that is the glitch part, is all I'm saying. And I will visually demonstrate it for you in a second so that you don't even have to play the game in order to see the proof. So as you can see, I'm going to go down at the end of the game and I'm going to give up. And what I'm going to do is not plead for help. So this is what I'm talking about. Die and leave the game. That was step 6. You want to wait until you actually actually get eliminated. Now, alternatively, you can run into the out of bounds zone, or, you know, anywhere else that you can die, or any other way that you can die, you're going to die. And what's going to happen is you're going to lose everything that's on you. So I wouldn't suggest bringing your insured weapon, because again, you're going to lose whatever you have on you, including your large backpack. But that's okay, because again, you are duplicating your essence and items. So as you can see here, I come back into the game and I can pick up that essence. Now, each time that you come back into the game, I highly suggest that you just save your Tombstone Soda, the physical one, and purchase it from the machine. It's just easier, and you obviously have the essence for it. So each time that you come in, you're going to repeat this process with your friends. So for example, if we started out with 30,000 essence between me and my teammates, I place it on one player, then we all go down one at a time. You have now multiplied it into 90,000 essence. The next game, you will do 90,000, 180,000, 270,000. It's very simple, guys. So whatever your current amount of essence is, however many players that you have on your team, it is multiplied by, right? So if you have two players, just two players, you can still do this quickly. Just go ahead and get 30,000 essence, right? And then through one game, you're going to get 60,000, then you're going to get 120,000, then you're going to get 240,000, etc., etc. So as many times as you want to do this, you can. Now, most people like to get up to max essence just because it's fun to look at, and it's just a ridiculous amount of essence. I honestly suggest that you just get a couple 100,000. Don't waste your time, and then when the game glitches out and you lose your tombstone, you're just, you know, SOL. I would highly suggest that you do this with at least 2 to 3 players. Honestly, I would say 3 players. Obviously 2 is required, but each time that you repeat this, you are repeating the amount of essence that you're duplicating. By the end of it, you're going to have all of this essence on the ground. And as you can see, this is how I get 900,999 essence. I have an alt account though that I always store on this side so that I can make sure that I always have this essence available to me in case mine glitches. But if you don't, then make sure that you have a friend who can help you out anytime. But if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. I appreciate the 17,000 subs that I've gotten so far. I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me. In today's video, I'm not only going to be showing you guys how you can do the solo tombstone duplication glitch with no money whatsoever, I'm also going to be showing you how you can do it at every corner of the map. That's right, you no longer need to do bad signal with this glitch. You may know about the new blood burner method, but I guarantee that you have not seen all of these locations in this video. It's a very simple guide, but I'm going to be going through all the details for you so that you have no issues with this glitch whatsoever. And in my opinion, if you have trouble with timing as well with the solo tombstone duplication glitch, this method is for you. So I want to know down below, what items do you always store in your tombstone? I really am interested to hear what you guys have. And me personally, I love to bring a Scorcher, Pack-a-Punch Crystal, Tombstone Soda, Aether Blade, Dog Bone, and probably a ray gun case as well, just because I always love the ray gun and just that play style, right? So make sure you leave that comment down below. I'm really interested to hear what you guys like to bring. I know everyone likes to bring slightly different stuff. So there are some required items to this glitch, obviously, so we're going to go over that now. So typically speaking, what you want to do is make sure that you have a backup of the items. Now to do so, you simply just do the solo tombstone duplication glitch with the bad signal portal if you want to duplicate 2 blood burner keys. So I would highly suggest, if you're doing this glitch multiple times, have 2 blood burner keys for the very first time that you do this glitch. The reason is you need a blood burner key in your tombstone as well as one in your inventory going into the game. So typically speaking, what you would want to do is get your inventory completely set up and don't use a single item in your first game, right? And then go and do the bad signal tombstone duplication glitch, which you can find in the description down below. That will create a backup of the items. Alternatively, you could have all of your items in your tombstone or whatever you have, right? As long as you have a blood burner key in your inventory and you find the existing blood burner on the map or get one from someone else, that is also fine. So generally speaking, again, you just need a backup blood burner so that you can actually store it in your tombstone. Pretty simple, right? So there's one item requirement here. Now, highly suggested items, obviously a Tombstone Soda, so that you don't have to actually purchase Tombstone. Otherwise, nothing else is required. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you all of the locations for this glitch. But first, I want to show you a cool trick with the blood burner. Now, if you didn't know about this, then I will be able to explain it to you. It's a really cool feature. If you do, this will only take 30 seconds. So just give me a minute to explain it to people. But as you can see here, if you drive the blood burner out onto water and get off of it, it will teleport back to land. However, if you look at the blood burner when you get off of it and immediately get back on, as you'll see me demonstrate here twice, so just make sure that you practice that a couple of times before you do the actual glitch. But let's get into the locations now. So first of all, I've seen a couple of updated videos, and I put that in quotes, of a better location for the Tombstone glitch. Now, the best place to do it is in the northeast of the map, but I don't suggest that you do it in this area right here. I actually suggest that you do it in the original location. I'm not sure why people are saying that it's faster. Maybe it's like a second or two faster, but the original location is much easier. So that's the only location that I'm going to be going over as far as the northeast goes. So let's look at that now. Now, following the path that I do, you will be able to find this location pretty easily, and you'll probably recognize it from the bad signal Tombstone glitch. This is the best spot to do this glitch in my opinion. So players who have trouble with timing or just simply want a laid back gameplay experience like most of us do will find this one to be the best. So first of all, this big rock here, you just step out, you have no mantles to do or anything, and then this patch of seaweed is where you're going to start. So it's very simple. What you want to do is park your blood burner there or spawn it there, whatever you want to do, drive out onto the water, get off and get back on, and you will be teleported back to the patch of seaweed. Extremely simple. You run to the right, you are closer than you do in bad signal. This is definitely faster than bad signal as far as the timing getting to the out of bounds line, so it is super easy to do, and my personal favorite. So let's follow the path that I do to get to countermeasures. Now, while you're driving this path, you want to make sure you don't touch any land. I'm going to show you this full clip right here just so that you can actually see me physically doing it. After this, I'm not going to show you the entire time me driving. I don't want to waste your guys' time. This tutorial will be very much to the point, so make sure you watch the whole thing, because I will have all the explanations for all the other locations and why some of them are actually faster than this one in a little bit. So when you get here, you want to park right here next to this rock. Very simple, and start running over towards the countermeasures portal. So it's very simple to actually get here, but it's a little bit dangerous, so I highly suggest that you either have gold plates or you just use a scorcher like I do here. Very simple. It will kill a couple of seconds. Sometimes it's actually faster to run, but if you know how to use the scorcher well, then you can do this a little bit quicker. So what you want to do is hop back on your ride and then hop off and hop back on, and you will teleport, like I said, straight to the seaweed. And then you can see here I literally have 10 seconds to accept, and I'm at the edge of the map. That means I have like 20 seconds probably total at that point, because 10 plus 10, to actually do this. So all you want to do is just simply step out at 6 seconds. This is the simplest Tombstone glitch that I've seen since the new portal and, you know, everything like that, since we've had to change how we actually do this glitch. It's been so simple for so long, but this just upped that to another level. So where you want to quit is whenever you get to dark ether zombies right there on the screen. You should see eliminated, but if you don't see eliminated come up, just simply listen for the sound. So let's get into the next location. For this next location, we're going to be going to the northwest of the map. Now, this location is very quick to do and I highly suggest it, but let's get into what it takes. I'm actually right north of the beach right here. You can actually see I'm a little higher elevation, and all you want to do is just drive off quickly towards the water. Now, you saw I kind of clipped the beach there, but even so, when I get off and get back on, you'll notice I end up back right near the edge up at the top. So super useful spot, and we're going to test it out and see if it works well. So what you want to do is simply drive off and drive onto the water, and you don't want to touch land while you drive over towards countermeasures. Now, again, if countermeasures is not selected as your mission, or you don't have it fully completed, then it will not show up on your map. So make sure that you have it selected. But once you make it to this area, you want to go to this spot on the beach, and it's super easy to get to. And what you want to do is simply drive up near this rock right about here. So I'm going to drive up, and for whatever reason this does not count right here, so I stop the vehicle and get off. I would suggest decoy grenades, a scorcher, or just plates. But long story short, you want to activate the portal and get back to your bike. So what you want to do is back it up into the water, do the trick that I told you to practice, and you will teleport towards the edge of the map. Now, for whatever reason, I got flung up in the air this time, but I tested it a few more times and it did not happen. So just know that. But long story short, you want to accept the contract, and then whenever it's at the 6-second mark, which you can roll back and watch it multiple times if you need, you want to run into the out of bounds line. And what's going to happen is you're going to get eliminated while it's teleporting you to the dark ether, but it won't count. So what you want to do is close the game on dark ether zombies here. If you're on Xbox, it's pretty simple. You just close the game, and PS5, you can look that up. On PC, you would just do Alt F4. So the next area of the map that we're going to do this glitch in is in the southwest here. So I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what you need to do for this particular location if you happen to be in this part of the map towards the end of the game. So what you want to do is you essentially want to spawn your blood burner up top and drive towards the water. But what I noticed is if you don't land kind of closer to the beach on this one, you will end up under the water. But I have not been able to permanently sustain, you know, driving underwater. So if I'm going to look into that glitch more and see, it's kind of useless, but I will look it up. But if you land kind of near the rocks here but still in the water, it will count. So watch, I'm going to actually follow the same path. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to use a scorcher for this game just because I happen to have one, and I'm going to go back to my bike, back up, and we're going to get off and get back on. Now what happened on this one was I spawned way up in the air for some reason, I think because I'm on the ledge, but as you can see, this one was way easier. I mean, guys, you just have to walk like 2 steps towards the edge. Now I almost messed up the timing with actually leaving the game, or rather walking out whenever it gets the eliminated symbol, but same exact thing, walk out at 6 seconds and quit on dark ether zombies. So this next location is actually the closest to the out of bounds zone that I've found. So this is very, very easy to do, but it can be a little bit more complicated than the others. So essentially you're going to drive off and drive towards the water. Now again, hitting the land right there for some reason does not count. So when I get off and get back on, I end up on top of the hill. Now I found this one was a little bit troubling. If you don't do it exactly the way that I do it, then you may actually end up halfway down the hill. But the good news is you never have to accept the contract until you're absolutely sure. And with all of these methods, you are going to end up near the out of bounds zone well before whenever you do the actual bad signal version of this tombstone glitch. So where you want to line yourself at is kind of towards the west of that island right there, just on top of the hill. Very easy to do, and it's very easy to actually drive to this location. Then you're just simply going to drive forward like so, and you're going to drive off this big rock here, and that's it. And so once you actually hit the ground and hit the water, you will be able to go towards countermeasures. Now, once you've made it to the water, you want to follow your way out of this little inlet here. So be careful because there's a lot more land that you can hit, but it's pretty simple. Make your way over to countermeasures. I actually almost die here, so be very careful. Again, unlike me, I'm a little bit brazen whenever I'm recording glitches. So make your way back to the bike. You're going to back up into the water as usual and hop off and hop back on, and that teleports you literally to the edge of the map. This one I enjoyed the most because it is the fastest. I had 12 seconds just to accept before I actually started the countdown, and so this is definitely the easiest one as far as timing goes because you end up on the edge of the map. But driving that bike off the cliff is a little bit harder. So again, that first method that I showed you guys is my favorite, but go ahead and quit when you see dark ether zombies and you are good to go. A new method was discovered for insta-killing the toughest bosses in Modern Warfare 3 zombies, and today I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to do it in just a few minutes. Now, this video of course will be included in my all working glitches compilation, so make sure that you're subscribed with notifications on so you can catch every glitch before they get patched. The steps to this glitch are simple, but the order in which you do them is super important, so make sure you follow my instructions carefully. I also have 2 tips to avoid breaking this glitch, which can happen and will force you to actually quit your entire game before you retry. Also coming up is an updated unlimited essence glitch video where you actually duplicate items and essence, so stay tuned for that. And with all of that said, guys, enjoy. This is the insta-kill weapons glitch in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Now with this glitch, you're going to be able to complete tier 3 bounty contracts with ease, which can be combined with the tombstone duplication glitch in order to unlock and share all schematics with you and your friends. You can do this with any amount of contracts, but just know that tier 3 bounty contracts are extremely easy. So make sure that you're taking advantage of the tombstone duplication glitch along with this. Like most glitches, this is absolutely benefits from the tombstone duplication glitch, which you will learn why later. But with all that being said, let's get straight into the requirements of this glitch because they are super important. Now, once I go over these requirements for this glitch, you're going to understand it in full, but make sure that you follow the steps carefully, like I said, because what's going to happen is if you do these in the wrong order, you are going to break the glitch for the entire game. Yes, you're going to have to quit your current lobby and go back in. So first of all, you're going to need 2 weapons. You're also going to need a wonder weapon case, yes, the actual case itself. You're also going to need Molotovs, self-revive, as well as a juggernaut streak. And then lastly, you're also going to need a Pack-a-Punch 3 crystal and a legendary tool, or alternatively the money 2 Pack-a-Punch to level 3 as well as a legendary tool. Now, why all the requirements? Well, it's pretty simple, because if you want the most powerful weapon that actually kills bosses instantaneously, you're going to need it fully upgraded. That is obviously a given. So once you've gotten all the requirements, what I want you to do is go and get a raid weapon stash contract. Now, you can do this in tier 1. It does not matter where you actually do this. But what you're going to do is you're going to go and start the contract and then go into your settings if you are on console, and you are going to go under gameplay up here at the top right. There we are. And then you're going to scroll down under combat behaviors. Now, under this, you're going to see interact and reload behavior. Change that to tap to interact. Now, on PC, you don't have to change this because, as you may have known, if you are on PC, if you're a PC player, you tap to interact already. So another tip for you guys, make sure that you don't have your wonder weapon in slot 2 if you already have one equipped. So again, you need 2 weapons, but if you have a wonder weapon as one of those 2 weapons, make sure it's not in slot 2. So drop them and switch them and all that. So what you're gonna do is throw down a Molotov and then use the safe right before you die. Now we're gonna watch this in slow motion because I'm gonna, obviously explain to you guys exactly what just happened here, but you're gonna get yourself essentially an empty weapon slot. Now this doesn't actually count as far as your menu goes, but it does count from a general perspective. You can fill it with a weapon. So you're gonna see here, right when we go from 40 to 15, you're going to use this safe. It's that simple. Throw down a Molotov and use the safe as soon as you go from 40 to 15. You can see it at the bottom left of your screen. That's where you will see that number. I just blew it up for you guys to make it simple. Now, when you get back up, you're gonna notice again, when you cycle through your weapons, you're actually going to have an extra slot. Now at this point, you've essentially activated Mule Kick. If you ever played old zombies, or past zombies rather, you will notice that is a existing perk in the past. It's not currently in this game, so it is a glitch. However, for all intents and purposes, you have just activated Mule Kick. So once you're done with that, make sure that you have, again, all of the requirements. Make sure you have Juggernaut available, make sure you have an Aether tool, as well as a Pack-a-Punch crystal, and you're gonna go ahead and fill in this empty slot with your weapons case. This is why you need the weapons case. You don't need a regular weapon, right? Because those by default don't have any rarity. But a wonder weapon is supposed to have a gold rarity, but it doesn't whenever you actually activate the case. So what you're gonna do is on your second gun, your secondary gun, you're going to put the Aether tool on that. And the reason for that is if you have a weapons case in your secondary slot, it's already gold. You can't apply a tool to it currently, right? So that makes perfect sense. And you don't want to apply it to the wonder weapon just yet because it will actually break the glitch. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and throw in a Juggernaut as the next step. And when you throw in the Juggernaut, you're going to want to activate it using your wonder weapon. Again, your wonder weapon that has no rarity. So once you've done this, you're going to get into this Juggernaut and you essentially just want to wait for it to end. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this footage for you guys to make it simple. And once you are done, you're going to notice at the bottom right, your wonder weapon has the rarity attached. It's so weird, and it's now replaced your secondary weapon. So keep in mind, you will lose your secondary weapon in here. There's also a couple of tips where you can actually lose this gun completely, which I will show you in a second. It's actually very simple, but what you want to do is go ahead and get it upgraded. Now I went to tier 3 and then realized I didn't even have the actual juice to upgrade it, but what I'm going to do here is apply my Pack-a-Punch 3 crystal. Like I said, you can have one or the other, and at this point you have the upgraded weapon. But let me give you guys a couple of tips before you go in order to not break this glitch, because you can break this glitch extremely easily. So you need to do this in a certain regard. So what happens here in this clip is I go down, and what you're going to notice is I'm gonna go down, everything seems normal, you saw the weapon in my hand, but as soon as I get picked up, the weapon's gone. So first of all, you can't get downed. So that sucks. However, again, if you're a decent player, if you have the gold armor plates as well as a triple armor pack, you should be completely fine there. Now, where the Tombstone duplication glitch obviously comes into play is every single time that you start the game, you can get an upgraded Scorcher along with the Tombstone perks that you can repeat this over and over again and save the essence that you actually store up. Now, again, my unlimited essence video will be out soon, so be watching for that. However, whenever you go around the map with your upgraded Scorcher, you're obviously going to fly around extremely quickly and be able to actually reach your bounties very, very quickly. Now, as you're doing these contracts, it's super important to remember you need to be careful in the tier 3 zone, obviously. So I would highly suggest, as far as a full setup goes, that you have your triple armor plates, gold armor plate, which again you can get every single game using the Tombstone duplication glitch, and Aether blade if you want to use that once you're done with this glitch, you know, obviously upgrading your weapon, and then as well as a dog. Now the dog is super important because you don't need self revives whenever you actually do this glitch. If you don't have a self revive, you need a dog. So to do the original glitch, you need to make sure that obviously you have either a self revive or a dog. So when you're going around the map, just make sure that you hold on to both of these. So I'm going to pause this real quick and just show you every single time that you do this glitch, make sure that you again have that wonder weapon in your second slot as well as your self revive available, or again I have a dog just as a backup. I can't tell you how many times I tried to record this glitch and I wasn't paying attention for 2 seconds and I got downed and I had to completely restart my game and use all of my schematic crafting. So it's super important to remember these things, guys, because what's important with this glitch is that you're obviously trying to gain essence with this, or go with your friends to say the red worm or something like that, where damage is extremely important. But if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for 17,000 subscribers. Thank you for being a subscriber and watching. Make sure you comment down below bananas if you've watched up to this point. I just want to see if anyone has. And with all that said, have a good one. Going to be going over what's going on with the acquisition stash glitch, just an explanation as well as what not to do. Now there's been a method going around with forcing your items into your acquisition stash using a sigil. There's also been a patch for the Tombstone duplication glitch, so make sure you check that out at the top right in the description down below. But this method using the sigil has been screwing people a ton. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you comment down how big your acquisition stash is. I'm really curious to see where everyone got stuck. Mine, I actually got up to 100. I used to have over 200, but I used most of my items trying to record videos for glitches. So you can see here I actually have 99 out of 100, and I'm actually able to store a singular item into my stash before I go back and try another item. Now there's a reason for these things to happen, alright? Some of the items that are in your acquisition stash currently, for whatever reason, are counting as legit. There are some that are not. The point of the matter is that wherever you're at in your acquisition stash, you likely will not be able to exceed. Now, if you're able to do that using a sigil, I'm going to tell you in a second why that's a bad idea and why you should not be doing it. You can go ahead and do it yourself if you want, but there's a reason why people are losing items in their Exfils. Whenever you go to Exfil normally, you may have noticed, most of you honestly may have noticed, that a couple of items or a singular item will disappear from your rucksack. There is an actual reason for that, and I will go through that today. So you can actually see here on my acquisition stash on this video, I have 11 out of 10. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my acquisition stash and select items until I figure out which one is which. So you saw I just switched for the VR and went back up to 12. I took out this crystal and it went back to 11. Then I searched through and did it again. Typically, whenever you swap items, they're towards the front. So I'm going to go ahead and try a couple at the back just to make sure that none of them are there. Typically, again, they will be at the top of the list. But once I go ahead and try this a few times, I'm going to notice that another crystal actually is counted. So you'll see this dog bone doesn't count. Let's go ahead and try something else. Maybe I go to the back and I try this crystal. No, there's 12 out of 10. I have over 100 items, so this may take you a couple of minutes. But once you find it and figure it out, you'll notice that it actually counts down towards 10. Now, what your goal here is to actually get it down to 10 out of 10, because when it is 10 out of 10, your items will not disappear. And you can hold me to this. When you go in the game and you do the Tombstone duplication glitch like I have in the other video, make sure that your stash is down 10 to 10. Now, if you go and you normally exfil and take your items out to then take them back in and do the Tombstone again, you will notice that none of your items will disappear. But if it is above 10, then they will definitely disappear. You will have a minimum of one item disappear depending on how much you're over 10. So for example, if you're at 12 out of 10, 2 items will disappear every single exfil. And again, you can hold me to that. You can look it up, guys. Just keep watch and be aware. And that's pretty much it, guys. You can actually drive underwater in Modern Warfare Zombies. That's right. With this glitch, you can be completely invincible to all zombies, including abominations. And there's actually a cool twist to this glitch that I'm going to show you guys at the end. Now, this glitch will be included with my all working glitches compilation that's going to come out for season 3, so make sure that you're subscribed to keep up with all the latest and greatest glitches. Now, to do this glitch, you will need the blood burner. Now, you can either use a key or find it on the map. You need to hit the water at a particular angle for this glitch to work properly, and I search all over the map for the best spot. Now the best place to do this glitch is by the countermeasures portal in tier 3. You go there, drive off the cliff at full speed, and you will get this glitch every single time. You will fall under the water. Now to get out of this glitch, you simply need to get off the blood burner and get back on quickly, and you will be teleported back to land. But the cool trick that I wanted to show you guys as a part of this glitch, you can actually switch seats and still fire your scorchers, so you can kill zombies while underwater. Like and subscribe for more Modern Warfare 3 content, and I'll catch you in the next one. A new method was discovered for the Easter egg bypass glitch, and I'm going to be showing you all exactly what you need to do in order to do this glitch every single time that you come into the game. You can do this solo or with teammates, and I highly suggest that you tie this in with your Tombstone duplication glitch. Now this video will be included in my latest glitch compilation. Now I post these after every single patch. Season 3 is coming up. Make sure that you're subscribed in order to keep track of all the latest and greatest glitches. So previously you would lay down to access those boxes. This method has changed. So here we are in the main menu of zombies. So let's go over the requirements for this glitch, and then we'll go over the actual steps. So first of all, you can see I have a blood burner key in my inventory. Now I'm going to go ahead and craft a second one. I highly suggest that you have 2 blood burner keys for the first time that you do this glitch, if you plan on doing it multiple times. If you're just doing this just to check it out and move on with your life, feel free to just have 1 blood burner key. But what you want to do is make sure that you have an extra one that you can then tombstone glitch. So if you don't know how to do that method, make sure you check out both the videos that I have in the description down below. So here we are in game, and again, you can do this solo or with teammates. So in this case, I'm tying this in with my Tombstone duplication glitch, and I'm kind of farming rare items as well as essence. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to go over to my Tombstone here and make sure that I have all of my items. I'm then going to show you guys exactly where you need to go from here, because typically a lot of us are doing the Tombstone duplication glitch, especially if you're watching this video on my channel, then you 100% are likely doing the Tombstone duplication glitch. Most people who watch my channel are, and so I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to get to the location from the graveyard. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all of my items, making sure that I replace whatever I have duplicates of, because obviously most of the time I will have my Aether blade. Once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and head over to the location. So the location that we're actually going to go to is in the southeast region of the map. So there's this little tunnel right here. It's a cave that's at the end of this little mansion. Now I'm going to speed up the video for you guys so that I don't waste any of your time. This video is going to be very quick, so make sure that you watch for all the details. So we're going to go over here, and this is where the cave is actually located. You're going to run in, and what you're going to notice is there's a little bit of an inlet there, as well as a doorway back there. So what you're going to look for is this little lamp post right here. So go ahead and walk up to it, and what you want to do is just simply walk forward while you're firing your scorchers. So you're going to see me do it right here. I'm going to shoot myself up and hold forward, and I'm going to get stuck here. Now at this point, you don't have to keep holding forward. You just simply do that, and as soon as you fire your scorcher, you can stop holding forward. Next, you just want to charge your scorcher 2 more times. But what I realized a while back, you don't actually have to charge it a lot. You can just fire it twice really quickly again, and then just simply jump, and you will actually get into this little glitched area. So you'll see exactly where to run here. It's very simple to do. So you run from here, straight line, just go over here. Now you need to be super careful. I mean, watch here. I immediately dropped off. I haven't done this glitch in a while, and the only way to save yourself from dying is to actually fly over towards this pool, because for whatever reason Call of Duty counts water as like infinitely going down. Like, I don't know how to describe it. The depth of a pool is like way deeper than it actually is above ground. So long story short, aim for the pool if you fall, but don't fall. Just please be careful while you're doing this glitch. So anyway, what you want to do is come over to this room here, and what you're going to do, instead of laying down, because you can see I can't actually access it, is you're going to take one of your blood burner keys, and you're going to spawn the blood burner while you're standing towards the center of the room. Now I messed this up a couple of times, so make sure that you're very careful with this portion of the glitch. Make sure you're standing about right where I am, and go ahead and spawn the blood burner. And as you can see, it almost spawned outside of the room. So go ahead and spawn it, and when you lay down, you can actually access the blood burner, which will then glitch you into the room. Now you may be asking yourself, okay, but can I even get out? And the answer is yes. You can actually unlock all these doors from the inside. I've never done the Easter egg, so maybe you spawn into this room and then you unlock the doors for your friends. But what you're going to do is you're able to access all of these chests. Now I highly suggest that you take the blood burner out of the room, because what it's going to do is you won't actually accidentally jump on it, and you also can have a clear line to get away from the mimic. So one of these chests is going to have a mimic, and if you have an upgraded scorcher, it will be light work. Now since I'm a scaredy cat, I kind of backed up and did it, but it was super easy to actually kill him. So as you can see, I got a wonder waff, I got a couple of perks, I got a self revive, I got a minimum of 7,000 gold bars worth of money, as well as some weapons. So each game that you actually start this, all you need is a scorcher, and you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to get some rare loot to start the game. But as you can see, I already have unlimited essence. You can check out that video in the description down below if you want to see my #1 method for actually getting unlimited essence. But that's about it, guys. That's how you can do this each and every game. You can do this as a solo player or do it as a teammate on a team. Unlock the doors and let your friends grab the loot. It does not matter. Now to end the game, I would highly suggest that you go and do either the Scorcher method for the Tombstone duplication glitch, because it's literally right there on the edge of the map, or simply make your way over to the main portal. Now the main portal method obviously is the bad signal method. Typically I prefer this method, but if you already have blood burner keys in your rucksack, or you've already spawned a blood burner, then you can actually go and do that version of the glitch, and it's actually closer than the main portal. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is you can do either of these methods and it won't really matter which ones that you do. All I do is I just want you guys to make sure that you're actually doing the Tombstone duplication glitch along with this, because again, the blood burner is required for this. So if you simply have a slot in your rucksack, for example, I have legendary ether tools. I'm typically not using a normal weapon. I prefer the ray gun and the scorcher as my 2 weapons of choice. That's just my personal choice. So if you're like me and you like wonder weapons better than normal weapons, then you don't really need a legendary ether tool. So I'm able to sacrifice one of my rucksack spots in my rucksack in order to actually have the blood burner key always there. So again, you brought in 2 blood burner keys, but now you have 1 left over. So when you do the Tombstone duplication glitch, you're going to come back into the game with 2 again, and you see how that works, right? Because the first time that you come into the game, you either need 1 blood burner key and then duplicate it, right, through obviously what I'm doing right now, which is the Tombstone duplication glitch with the bad signal portal, or alternatively you bring in 2 and then you can do the whole shebang and then just simply do the Tombstone duplication glitch with your leftover 1. So again, this is pretty much the main method that I would highly suggest that you do in order to kind of duplicate your supplies and also get infinite essence if you don't want to do tier 3 contracts. Tier 3 contracts are fun, and I prefer that method, obviously using the flamethrower. You can check out the video in the description down below as well. But with this method, it's just kind of more laid back, right? Everyone has their own play style, and I know a lot of people complain sometimes of, oh, well, I don't want to do tier 3 contracts for 30 minutes in order to get the unlimited essence. Well, I got good news for you. You don't have to. You know, this is a completely alternative, more laid back method. So it's really cool, and I highly suggest it. So like I was saying, the requirements for this glitch are very simple. You will need 2 weapons, a wonder weapon case, and a Molotov cocktail. You're also going to need either a self-revive or a dog. All of these items take 0 effort to have every single game if you are doing the Tombstone duplication glitch, so make sure that you are doing that. Again, you can do that solo or as a team. I have that linked up at the top right in the description down below. Let's get right into the actual steps to this glitch. So when you come into the game, if you're doing the Tombstone duplication glitch, which 99% of us are, the first thing that I suggest is obviously just go grabbing your tombstone real quick, and then I'm going to show you exactly where you need to go. So here I am grabbing all of my items out of my tombstone. I need to make sure that I have a wonder weapon case left over, and what you're going to do is go look for a raid weapon stash contract. So what's going on here is similar to the overpowered weapons glitch, which I will also have linked in the description down below, which allows you to insta kill mega abominations among other things, but we're not going to do all of those steps. This is going to be a little bit different. So as you can see here, I have a self-revive on me. I have 2 weapons. My first weapon happens to be a wonder weapon. You need your insured weapon, or whatever weapon that you want to duplicate rather, in your secondary slot. So what you're going to do is walk up to the safe, throw down a Molotov, and then wait until your health gets around 30 to 40, and as soon as it does, you want to interact with the safe. Now if you time this correctly, which I can run this in slow-mo in a second for you guys, then you will end up with an empty slot like so. So here it is in slow motion. It's very, very simple, guys, but I'm gonna show you exactly when you need to interact with the safe. So you're gonna watch my health go down there on the right, and you're gonna see it hit around 30. That is whenever you want to interact with the safe. And you'll notice I drop my hands a little bit. If you see the drill show up on the safe, then you did it wrong. Just know that. So anyway, you'll end up with that empty slot, and what you wanna do is apply the wonder weapon case to the empty slot. Now, effectively, you now have mule kick. You can see I have 3 weapons total. That is obviously not intended. The third weapon, the Wonder Waft, doesn't even show up in my UI. So once you've actually done this, I want to show you a couple of things that like are no-nos. All right, so if you go down and plead for help and stuff, you actually will mess up this glitch. So I actually went down whenever I had that empty weapon slot and I lost it. So as you can see, I repeated the glitch a couple of times and it didn't work anymore. The other thing I want to tell you guys not to do is don't mess with your weapons. Keep your weapons exactly the way that they are. You can upgrade them, you can apply tools to them. It really does not matter, but just don't drop them, all right? And don't lose them, okay? Because if you try to drop that Wonder Wall, for example, it will disappear. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do the Tombstone duplication glitch. If you want to watch the whole video, again, I will have that linked in the description down below, but we're gonna see exactly what happens to this weapon whenever I extract and how you can actually turn it into contraband. One thing to keep in mind is that you don't actually have to do the Tombstone duplication glitch in order to turn this into contraband. So if you like to extract as normal for whatever reason, just know that you don't actually have to do the Tombstone glitch to extract this as contraband. When you extract in general, you can see here my insured slot 2 has now turned into an extra gun. Now there's also a separate method in which you can actually extract and not use a weapons case, but you don't include your attachments. Now I'm not going to include that in this video because I don't really feel like it's necessary. You having a bare bones weapon is not that interesting, but you being able to customize weapons and fill up your stash, your contraband stash, if you will, then you can take a multitude of weapons, whether that be melee, launchers, whatever, and have a huge amount of backup so that if you want to go and do boss fights and stuff, you no longer need to fear losing your weapons and stuff. So if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more. I really appreciate your support, and I will catch you in the next video. This is how you exfil boost in Season 3 Reloaded. This has been tested after the latest patch. Now you can do this in Tier 1 or Tier 2. It is super useful for doing your camo grind, gaining a bunch of XP for events, and much more. So make sure you subscribe and check it out. Let's get into the requirements for this glitch. So first and foremost, you need to obviously have an exfil site. Now this needs to be one of those typical helicopter exfils, so make sure that you find it. You can find these in Tier 2 and Tier 1. So once you've made your way over there, make sure that you start clearing out zombies. When you call in exfils, we all know that some zombies start to pop up. This is a normal amount of zombies, as you can see, just to gauge kind of if or not this is a glitch for some of you, because I know that some people struggle to actually see when things are the way that they should be or not in zombies, especially with all these glitches coming out. Trust me, it's going to be night and day different. So you can see here, I have maybe about like 20 zombies, maybe 15, somewhere around there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hop onto the helicopter to trigger it to go a little bit faster. So you hop on and hop off. That'll kind of kill some time off of that timer, and it will start taking off. Now this is about the right amount of zombies. I would suggest that you pull them away from the helicopter. You want to make sure that they are alive after the helicopter pulls off. So again, 10 plus zombies should be good. Don't have all of them there, but you essentially want to wait for this helicopter to fly away. Now the best way to gauge this, I found, is while it's flying away, just wait for the sound to actually go away. So once you start hearing it fade out, you want to fire your Scorcher up in the air and fly away. Now this is why a Scorcher is useful. It's usually useful in most glitches, and I highly suggest that you use it for this glitch. If you have a car, I guess maybe that would work as well, but the Scorcher, you can get out of the area fast, and what you're actually glitching is how Modern Warfare 3 zombies despawns in PC. So if you fly away a full send on your Scorcher, I believe that should be enough. You're pretty much timing to get back whenever the green smoke pops up. Now it doesn't need to be perfect. I found I've showed up early, I've shown up late, it still works just as good. So you're gonna see me fly back over here, and let's see how it affects this spawn rate. So once you get back to the site, make sure that you call in the exfil immediately. Now what you're going to notice is going to happen is the zombie spawn rate will absolutely explode. So this is extremely useful if you're doing this solo. I would highly suggest that you do this solo. However, you can do it with a team. You all just need to do that flying away portion of this glitch where you fly away and leave 10 zombies. You need to fly away at the same time. And the reason for that is pretty simple. So just as an example, let's say that a random player is still in this zone whenever I'm trying to do this glitch. if I try to leave 10 zombies behind, those 10 zombies won't actually despawn. Now the reason for this is pretty simple. You may have noticed it when you drive around the map fairly quickly. What you'll notice is that zombies will spawn in front of you. Not only is that as designed, that's also a way for the game to save resources on their servers. The whole reason for that is, why would you have zombies in an area where players aren't? That's how they clearly coded this game. That's the same reason why when you're flying with your parachute into certain areas, you'll notice zombies will then spawn whenever you land. And that's all what this has to do with. So you leaving those 10 zombies behind, they need to despawn, and then you need to come back and trigger the exfil again. Now, if you repeat this process every single time, it takes about 30 seconds to fly away and fly back. It's extremely quick. So this is by far the best way to actually grind camos. You can get this amount of zombies constantly. It's actually a little bit intense. I would highly suggest that you do it in tier 1 if you don't have a ton of camos unlocked. Now, I know there are certain requirements for certain camos, but most of them, definitely a majority of them, you can do in tier 1.